I feel crappy. I feel really bad and all my bones hurt and I don't know where I am. Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And welcome to It's Kind of a Gray Area.
Yes.
Yep.
You are welcome. So, Dance Monkey.
Are you telling?
No, not you. I'm saying.
Is this dancing?
Right.
Does this make you happy?
No on every account. Today we're talking about the song Dance Monkey.
Yes, we are.
By Tones and I. I had not heard this before today, but you told me about this.
Yeah, I don't turn on the radio very often. There's always podcasts or just listen to YouTube music and off my radio, my car, stuff like that.
What podcasts do you listen to?
Shut up. General people listen to podcasts.
Yeah, podcasts, audiobooks. Sometimes I'm just calling into NPR.
I'm in between podcasts right now. So I actually turned on the radio just a few times in the last couple of days, and every time I've turned on my radio, that song has been on.
This is a very popular song.
Yeah. It is really stuck in my head.
Yeah.
It's looping in my head right now.
Yeah. It currently has 603 or 630, something like that, million views on YouTube for the music video.
That's redonkulous, guys.
Yeah, and 10 of those are from me. To clarify, I mean 10 million of those are from me. So, in this music video, it features Mr. Tones, which is played by Tones and I, the musician who wrote this song.
Not Tone Lock. Yep.
Right. I don't know who that is.
That's an 80s rapper.
This music video features an old man going to a golf course with two of his friends, and they just kind of wreak havoc. They're drinking and driving the golf carts around, throwing cups at people's heads.
So not hurting people, but just being...
Yeah.
Facetious.
Obnoxious.
Facetious.
Well, facetious is being flippantly humorous during a serious moment.
Oh, during a serious moment?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I've used that word wrong before, so I've looked up the definition.
I've used it wrong many times.
So the shade for today is, should the elderly have to follow the same social norms as the rest of us? Because the premise of this music video feels basically like, you've got this old guy, he's sitting in this chair, this nurse brings him a bunch of meds, he's confined to his home and having to take his health seriously.
Look out the window.
And the music video, his friends show up and they're like, you know what? Screw it. Let's hop into a convertible, cruise around and hit on old women. We'll go to the golf club and just do whatever we want out there. They're just breaking clubs, throwing them through the air. And again, no one's getting hurt, but they're just don't give a crap. They're just doing whatever is fun to them. And there's something kind of appealing about that idea. So that's the shade for today. Should the elderly have to follow the same rules as the rest of us? All of the same rules. Some of them, yes. Just because you're old doesn't mean you can murder people.
That's true.
Or just rob a bank or whatever. But should they have to follow all of the same rules that we do?
All right, well, let's walk through it. So let's say 80. 80 is the cutoff, and then you're all right, you now don't have to submit to cultural norms. If someone was hey, how you doing? You don't have to be oh, good, and move on like we all do.
Right.
You can literally just be I feel crappy. I feel really bad, and all my bones hurt, and I don't know where I am. So yeah, I think you should be able to do those ridiculous things and be a fun, silly old guy.
Yeah.
Like they were in the video where they're just riding around the golf cart. You're not going 50 in a golf cart, you're going 12. But they're still having so much fun because they're just throwing the red Solo cups at these stupid people with Bluetooths on. They're just I'm so bored and I'm golfing.
The universal symbol for an a-hole is a Bluetooth. Even headphones are better, right?
Headphones are better. And I will say this is not a new thing. This generation really thinks people with Bluetooths are a-holes. It's been since they came out.
Yeah. And you know what would annoy me? Is they would all do this thing where they're you walk into the room and they're over here oh, hey, man, how's it going? And you're oh, yeah, pretty good. And they're
yeah. Yeah, no, by 20.
Hold on, Dave.
50.
I have to talk to someone who's a complete idiot. What is wrong with you?
Not you, Dave! Gosh, darn it!
Everyone around me is an idiot. That's the danger of getting a Bluetooth. It's going to happen. I'm sorry.
Here's the only time you get a Bluetooth. If you're old and you want to mess with people, or you don't want people to know that you hear voices.
Yeah, actually,
or
it
you
would be
talk
good
to
as
yourself.
an old person.
Just put it in your ear.
Because they would assume you were just a crazy old man. So
Yeah.
you could just be overstanding there like, oh yeah, my wife used to always love these type of Oreos. Like she would eat these every day, and everyone's just getting around you like, oh, that's so sad. And you just turn around like, well, anyway, Dave, I gotta get going.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, are you okay? You're just like,
Right.
yeah, she loved them.
It would be one thing if the Bluetooth people were like, oh, I'm sorry, it's a Bluetooth. But the fact that they blame you is what's really, that's why we all hate you, Bluetooth people.
That's why.
So anyway, I think yes. I think you should be able to just do whatever stuff you want to do. You shouldn't be able to hurt other people.
No.
But I'm even okay with just like annoying stuff. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with what goes down in that music video, which if you haven't seen, you should watch. It's an insanely catchy song. But yeah, that's my answer. You're old. You've made it through this much of life, following the rules, doing what you're supposed to do, saying what you're supposed to say. Just let loose. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Round out the last few years with just drinking on a golf course and driving into a lake.
Yeah, I agree. I think you've earned the right. Like, even if you were like, not a great person, you still made it to 80.
Yeah.
All right? Just forget the cultural norms. Be yourself. Hang out with your buddies. Who knows, honestly, how much time you have left after you hit 80.
Right. Do you know of anyone that watches this that's over 80?
I don't know of anyone that watches this. No, I don't. But honestly, oh, wait, no. Mrs. Claus watches this.
She's over 80?
I don't know. She's like immortal, right? Did we ever ask her if she was immortal?
I know we talked about the reindeer and the elves, but I don't know if we ever talked about her and Santa.
How did we miss this?
I don't know. We'll have her back on, and we'll have to go over that.
We'll put a link to the Mrs. Claus episode right here, right now. If you guys want to skip, watch it. Just come back to this time. Look at the time. Watch the rest of the episode. Come back to it. Click on it. It's a whole thing, but it's worth it. Right. We interviewed Mrs. Claus. We found out some crap, guys.
Yeah, she's done some stuff.
She's done some stuff.
Dark things.
She mentioned it. We can't repeat it.
Okay, well, let's go and do the rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
Now, generally, I don't like old people. I've worked in retail, and I've worked as a waiter, so I have seen the worst that humanity has to offer. And most of the worst that humanity has to offer is over 60 years old.
I grew up in like farm country and literally on a farm. So all the neighbors were just old farmers.
Right.
And they were so nice. I've had great experiences with old people. There's been very few. I've actually had an old guy stop and talk to me at the post office. And we talked in a snowstorm for 25 minutes. And he told me all about his wife and was like showing me pictures. It was a very lovely conversation.
Yeah,
I don't know how he standed being outside in a snowstorm for 25 minutes. We were right by the front door. But anyway, I've had a very nice run-ins with him.
Yeah, no, I've known some nice older people for sure, but I think the majority of the ones I've come into contact with, not great people.
You come into contact with old people?
Yeah.
Like fist fights?
I wish.
Let's do this.
So I'm going to say no, they should have to follow the same rules as all of us, just for this. Personal opinion is, you've made it, do whatever you want.
Yeah, and my opinion is, you've made it, do whatever you want.
Right. Okay, let's find out.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, sorry, old people.
It looks like you got to follow the rules, guys. Sorry, but that's what the universe wants.
I guess the universe has had some really bad run-ins with old people.
Yeah, maybe the universe used to wait tables.
All right, well, speaking about people falling apart, let's do the Would You Rather.
Yes.
This one involves it.
Right.
All right, so would you rather have a gun with, limited ammo, okay? And this isn't against old people. Have a gun or a melee weapon in the zombie apocalypse?
Not the.
The zombie apocalypse. There's been many in the past, but there's going to be the zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
And it's coming, folks. I mean, future zombies. That's what you are. You're just...
Oh, yeah, I guess we all are.
Now, this Would You Rather was given to us by Team Trodgen 3. Trodgen 3? Team Trodgen 3 on Instagram. I think it's Lisa and Nathan. And then their baby mix 3.
Do they have a baby?
Yes, they have a baby.
Oh, good for them.
Yep. It's a beautiful bouncing baby, boy or girl. I don't remember. We're not super close. But they found us on Instagram, gave us this, and we're using the show. We'll give you a shout out, and we'll tag you in the post, guys. Comment down below if you guys want to add any for future episodes. I would think the gun. because you get a headshot, you get further distance.
Right.
But the downside is you're out of ammo. The downside to a melee weapon is you usually have to get within like 3 feet.
Right. I think this depends a lot on the zombies that you're dealing with.
Like if it's a World War Z or if it's like a Night of Living Dead. That's true. A lot of these situations are very dependent on the type of zombie.
Okay, so here's some things to consider. Ammo runs out.
Yeah.
So if you get attacked by, let's assume these are the normal, shambling, slower moving zombies.
Okay.
You get surrounded. You've got a bunch of ammo, so you take out, like, let's say 20 or 30 zombies. Mm-hmm. Then at the end of that, you're out. That's it. That's all you got. So you're overpowered and killed. Now, if you have a melee weapon, you don't have to reload it, which means you don't have to take the time to reload it and risk getting overpowered, and you don't have to physically run out of ammo. If you have something that you can easily pull back out of a skull, then you can just go around all day long, just like chopping and killing.
Be exhausting.
Unkilling, however that works for a zombie.
Putting down.
Other thing to consider is noise. So say that you're walking around somewhere and a zombie comes out and attacks you. If you've got a melee weapon, hit it in the head, kill it, you're good, go on your way.
Yep.
If you've got a gun, you shoot it in the head, you're good, you go on your way. 700 other zombies show up because they heard the gun go off.
And even if you had 700 bullets, you shoot all them, 700 bullets will attract more zombies.
Yeah.
I really need you to survive, too, because you're going to save my butt a lot.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research on how to survive the zombie apocalypse. I feel fairly well prepared, which is exactly why I'm going to get killed very quickly. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't even come down to how smart you are. You might just be like, all right, we've got all of our rations, we've got our supplies, we've got our melee weapons, we're going to head down to the car, we're going to drive out to Yellowstone, we're going to get on a copter, or we're going to get on a chopper, and then we're going to fly out to this place, and we're going to go to the safe zone. Everyone's good, everyone's packed. All right, you keep an eye on that person, you keep an eye on them, let's move out, open the door, a zombie bites your face off. Like, you could be so prepared, and it just takes one moment of slipping up, and you're like, oh, yeah, I died.
Carter forgot the masks.
Yep.
Everyone else, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could be like literally, I mean, there are thousands, tens of thousands?
Zombies.
Tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. You know what? I'm going to go with hundreds of thousands of people that are fully prepared for this scenario.
Right.
Like, they have underground bunkers and all of that stuff you just mentioned. But if they catch the virus, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You have to be like the 0.01% that like is it immune somehow.
Well, I think a lot of the time the zombie virus just spreads by contact.
That's true. Guys, that's why it's so important not to have sex with a zombie. You can't. It's the fluid exchange.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
And don't let them bite you. I took an online test, and it was like, would you survive the zombie apocalypse? And it was like 10, 20 questions. Question 2, I died.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, would you go in a large apartment complex or like a real tall, like skyscraper type building? And I was like, yeah, you want to get height? They're like, no, you're dead on the second floor. I'm like, ah!
That always happened to me with those choose your own adventure novels. Because it would be like, oh, your spaceship touches down on the planet and you walk outside. Like, turn to page 37 if you would like to walk over to the bush and see what sort of flowers there are. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'll go check out the flowers. Flip to page 37 and it's like, you walk over to the flowers and an alien tiger jumps out and rips your face off. Okay, I guess I'll flip to page 48 to take a sip of my coffee. Flip to page 48. It's like the coffee combines with the atmosphere on this planet to form a deadly toxin that immediately paralyzes you. Then a tiger comes out of the grass and eats your face. It's like flip to page 100 to safely return home. It's like you safely return home and go into your apartment, only to realize you've been tracked by a tiger from the alien planet. You get into bed with your wife and put your arm around her and you like touch her hair and she turns around. It's a tiger.
She eats your face.
He has replaced your family.
How do I get out of this cycle?
Then you just put the book down and there's a tiger in front of you.
Yeah. Once you lower it, it's just. Did I summon it?
Right. But yeah, so today we found out that the elderly do not get to do whatever they want. They're not allowed to throw cups at people's faces, even if they're using a Bluetooth. I won't tell the universe if you don't.
I'm going to do that when I'm 80.
Yeah, why not?
That's how I'm going to celebrate my 80th birthday.
If you haven't seen Dance Monkey by Tones and I, go check out the music video. Super entertaining, super catchy song. It'll be stuck in your head all day long. Didn't mean to rhyme, but it happened. Also, we found out that Matt would die very quickly in a zombie apocalypse.
With the best of intentions.
Yes, but we would still both take a melee weapon and do our best with what we've got.
Yeah.
And speaking of doing our best with what we've got, we have done our best with what we've got for several of the episodes that we've got and done our best on. So go check out those episodes and see if our best has got what's done for you best.
Holy crap. I think that was accurate.
I don't know. I blacked out.
Link in the description to the video so you guys can enjoy it. It is very enjoyable. But before you click over, remember to comment, like, and push that subscribe button.
Mm-hmm. And just take 365 daily vitamins once a year, and you'll save way more time.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be healthy. Ring the notification bell.
Remember in an apocalypse that Twinkies do actually expire.
And when you're older, get a tattoo of your younger face on your face to always look young.
Okay.
I think it'll work. And as always, IKAGA.
Yep.